I remember when I'm talking to same guy I'm talking to you about Delta. I'm like, hey, why don't you tell the story? I can't. Why not? I don't even want anybody to know I serve. Why? Well, because we made a pact.
Yes, they did.
So you don't want. It says, Pat, I'm telling you nothing. Write a book. No. What if you can make some? No, nothing. He didn't want to do anything about it. He didn't want to talk about it.
Delta's the best in the world about that.
Why is that though?
They are just really good. They're very prideful about the secrets of their mission and what they do together. They don't want anyone to know.
Why is that?
I don't know. They just respect it. Like I've been to their compound and they've got trophy cases and whatnot, but there's curtains over them. No one can see them unless you're a guest specifically, like from another unit. And then when everything's secure, they'll bring them up and you can see like Saddam's guns and shit like that, stuff they did in Colombia. But then they put the curtains back down. They don't tell anyone anything.
Get out of here.
And even people say to me, they're like, yeah, silent professional. I'm like, Navy SEALs? No, we're not. Delta is the silent professionals, not us. We're, granted, there is stuff I don't say, but SEALs are not exactly known for being the silent professional. Delta is, and they're really good about it, and they're very professional.
Where does that come from, though? That has to come from the top in training, right?
So, history.
Didn't the founder of Delta write a book about?
Charlie Beckwith, is that his name?
I think something like that.
Inside Delta Force. Yeah, he did.
But he wrote a book about it, right? So, if the founder did that, then the rest of the guys don't. Who at one point said, "Guys, I don't care if the founder." Yeah, I thought he wrote a book about it. If I'm not mistaken,
I think he wrote Inside Delta Force.
Didn't he live in Frisco, Texas, or somewhere in Texas? I thought he moved to like Frisco.
Yep, he died in Austin.
But he used to. Did he ever live in Frisco, Texas, or Dallas, Texas? Can you see Dallas, Texas, or Frisco? Nothing.
No.
Interesting. Yeah, everybody would talk about how this guy wrote a book. But the Delta guys, you can't. They
didn't like that. And I mean, to my friends who were at Delta or veterans from Delta, they were not happy with his book. But we've seen it with Richard Marcinko. He founded SEAL Team 6, and he wrote a book. He couldn't get it approved, so he wrote it based on fiction. And he was like, they would say, well, people up top would say bad things about him, but shooters loved him because he got in trouble for doing the right thing for his guys, getting the guns you need, getting you the plane tickets you need, doing the job you need to do. And he was loved. I don't really know. Well, Delta's so secretive. I don't really know what they think about him either. I'd work with Delta, and they're fantastic.
So what was the biggest thing that you sensed about them? You got Air Force, you got the paratrooper, you got all these other guys. What was about Delta that was different than everybody else?
My initial reaction to Delta, this is no bullshit. The first time I worked with them was when I just checked into SEAL Team 6. My initial reaction was, that's Delta. I really hope I meet the guy who eventually kills Osama bin Laden. That would be so cool.
Because you thought it would be a Delta.
Of course they're going to get it. It's going to be in a landlocked country. Why would SEAL Team 6 get it? Delta's going to get it. I think we got it because they concentrated on Iraq and we stayed in Afghanistan.
Does everybody know, like, is the consensus, like, you know how in the NBA, you ask the current players who's the greatest player of all time, young kids will say LeBron, but a lot of guys will say Michael. Does everybody know tier one that Delta's the way to go?
I probably shouldn't say this, but you can tell Michael Jordan's the best because he's never said he is. And I'm not saying Delta's the best because they don't say they are. Because, I mean, if you ask me right now, we're better. Our tactics are better. We operated better. But pull a Delta guy, if you can get him here, he'll tell you the same thing about them. And they were they were awesome.
But if somebody watches this right now, the way you describe Delta is that Delta's better than SEAL Team 6.
No, I didn't say that. No, we're better. I'm going to make that clear. Our tactics were better. I think we are.
Tactically.
Yes. Tactically, but they're gonna pick us apart too. Because our tactics were different. It's hard to say. They were awesome. Why? And could be jealousy for me because they had this mission called Vehicle Interdictions, the VIs in Iraq on Little Birds, and you're just sitting on a bench on the outside of a helicopter that's so small. When you want to take off, you just put your thumb here and the pilot squeezes it, and then you're hunting people. That's cool. I was jealous. Like, why don't we get that? Come on, man. And that's where even some of the animosity. Well, they're not that good. Yeah, they are. But I mean, even working with him, it was such a good, even with Delta and it was SEAL Team 6, what I loved about it was every single day I get to go to work with people who were better than me. And there was no undermining. Like, I'm going to take his position by fucking him. I'm going to find out. Like, even with guys that would outshoot me, which is rare, I didn't want to try to screw with him. I would find out, why did you move that pouch from here to here? Mm-hmm. What time do you wake up and when do you work out? Do you go to the range first or do you go to the gym? What are you doing? What do you eat? When you go to bed, what's making you shoot faster? Are you concentrating on from here to here and that's slow? Because slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Why are you so fast? And everyone did that. And so, I mean, so we'd work with Delta, have different styles of training, but then we'd cross it and find the better way. And we were good at, because we're in Eastern Afghanistan, they're in Western Iraq, we would compare, well, here was the standard operating procedures. Al-Qaeda knows what we're doing, sort of. How did they adjust and how did you readjust? And I got to tell my guys, so what's, just to be prepared to get there, what worked, what didn't. Delta got hit really hard because one of our Vietnam tactics was when there's an open door, wide open, run in there. We got to solve the problem. Al-Qaeda knew that from whatever they read. So they would have doors open. Some guys would run in. All of a sudden, there's 2 PKMs and they're shooting at them. So that's when we all figured out, okay, we got to slow the fuck down.
Who was most impressive in that with speed? Who did you see where you're like, holy shit?
Well, when I first checked into Red Squadron, because we finished selection for SEAL Team 6, and close quarters battle was our bread and butter. For us, combat comes down to an entry point. We're going to go here and we're fighting right there. We were just... we finished selection all based on close quarters battle, 9 months straight. And I thought we were fast because the way you want to train someone with CQB is white lights, loud music, fast as you can, because I want to see how you handle stress. You know, can you come to a situation, make a mistake, and get over it? And we'll talk about it later. Or do you dwell on that and make a bigger mistake? So you do that with speed. But then with speed, you get everyone on point. And I checked into Red Squadron. I'm in with the train now with my squadron, and they're gone. And I missed, like, where did they, they're just going through the house fast. So they were that fast. And by the time I got to work with Delta, we were already that fast. But then it wasn't a question of who can go faster, it's who can go slower. Who can talk less? Who can effectively communicate without talking? Because I would see guys in house, like even when I was training my guys, a Hollywood thing is you put a bomb on the door, fire in the hole, and you blast it. I'm like, look, stop yelling fire in the hole. If you see an operator put a bomb on the door, I need you to assume it's going to blow up in 3 seconds. Stop yelling. Why don't you just yell, here we are? I had a guy in training one time, he turned a corner, pointed up, and yelled, stairwell. And I said, look, I'm watching you, and you pointed up. I'm assuming you either ran into a stairwell or there's a 15-foot Al-Qaeda guy. Either way, we're going up. Shut up. And it's like when you're done saying what you're saying, stop saying it, get rid of the noise, and just read off each other. Because all that adds to is a confusion, which is good initially to see how you handle the confusion, then slow down. And then we actually started backing off of bullshit. Like, we literally made it easier for us. We're going to stop with the lights. We're going to go quiet. We have night vision. I would even bring my guys into our kill houses when we had like a 4-story kill house, brand new, but they're through selection. So these are the best dudes the Navy has to offer us, and we're going to train them up. And in order to show them why it's better to go with night vision and quiet instead of running, because one of the attitudes was, well, we're going to get in a fight anyway. Let's get it on. It's like, all right, you're going to stand in the middle here, and here's your guy. Like, we have simunition, which is like paintball. You guys stay in this room. 2 teams are going to come in and get you. You can shoot them whenever you see them, and then turn the lights off. Now, my guys have night vision. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 they're all dead. It's like, see, that's why we go quiet. You knew they were coming. Now, imagine if you're sleeping. You don't know they're coming. We're going to get you. This is how we win, so that's your lesson right there. You just got killed, you're dead. Now go do an hour worth of tire drags and come back.
But by the way, was the Maya girl our people? Was she CIA or was she Mossad?
She was the CIA. Hey, what is up? This is Robert J. O'Neill, former SEAL Team 6 operators. I was fortunate to be on some of the most high-profile missions in our very long war on terror. But I am now on Minect, and you can connect with me there, and we can literally talk about anything. You can text, we can do video calls, I can give you messages, and go to Minect, find me. Literally nothing is off limits. Any crazy questions you have that you may or may not want the answers to, I'm more than happy to do it. So find me on Minect. Again, this is Robert J. O'Neill. See you there.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.